Oh! How silly of me. Jesus! I forget this every time. And this time was completely intentional. Woohoo! Whoopsies! Alright. So, let's try this again. Hello everybody, this is G.I. Jack. Welcome back to Archvile, DEFCON 201 television. Are you fucking psyched? I'm psyched. Because let me tell you, 9 days of hope. 9, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 9 days of hackers on planet Earth. But, we're just getting started, right? Also, today, Justice Hope is winding down just in time for the Black Hat briefings, which I sat through a lot of the Arsenal tools. The Arsenal talks today, which were very interesting. A lot of more interesting tools in my toolkit. And today, the first day of Hackers Summer Camp, the one, the only DEFCON, of which we right here are representing New Jersey. That's DEFCON 201 New Jersey, representing DEFCON groups in New Jersey. As this is about to start early, this is about to start later when I get into some EFF sponsored hacker trivia. But today, I have some technology for you, ladies and gentlemen. One, the only, I have a box. As mentioned earlier, a special package came in the mail, and I've been saving it. I've been teasing, but I've been saving it just for you. For you, and because we like you. A special bit of internet ingenuity, crowdsourced projects. So let's move my camera over here a little bit. Alright, so here we are, box, what's it called? You can see me earlier, already put the knife away, and what is it? What's in the box? It's a Pine phone, the one, the only, limited supply GNU, GNU Linux cell phone based on a, it was funded by, the Pine people who do things like Pine board, Pine laptop, the Pine book, and now the Pine, now the Pine tab. So they made great demo boards. They put together a working cell phone that runs GNU Linux. It comes stock with Debian. You can flash ARM on here. So unlike the N900, right, which ran kind of like Mainmo, which is a Debian derivative, this runs actual Debian, and you can put whatever operating system you want on it, which is really cool, because hopefully in like future projects, it'll encourage people to do more phones. But from what everyone says, this thing should have it together. So here I go with the unboxing of a Pine phone. Let's adjust light here. One of these days, I mean, I'll get like a proper setup with a decent camera, actual lighting. But here we go. Just carefully peel. Nice little slit. Just carefully peel the plastic away. As I say, this is actually packaged pretty good, considering this is like a community project. I'm not sure. This project seems to have this shit together. I don't think I'm giving up my Lineage OS as a daily driver. There's just too much software to depend on. I have too many people that have, unfortunately, proprietary chat apps. So, but this seems like something interesting to play around with, and the price was absolutely right. So first thing here, we have a manual. I guess this is a Braveheart Edition Pine phone. Very first of a Pine phone, blah 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 blah. So this is comes with this like a little thank you note here. This is essentially a user's guide, quick start guide. I guess we'll keep this over here when you run into trouble. So what's in the box, right? This would be the Pine phone. It comes with this looks like a USB Type-C. It comes with its own charging cable, and this plastic outsert. So Other than not having its own little wall wart, this is actually fairly professional boxing. I mean, or it would be. This is not too amateur. It's not some of the elaborate setups you find on other phones. Spartan, minimal. It's kind of a good thing. Not like you really want too much. So let's take this out of the wrapping here. Interesting. The feel of it's not bad, actually. As the first hold in the hand. It does. It's a little awkward. It's a little long. I mean, it's a little oblong. It's just a little too long as far as width, but it does fit nicely in the hand. If anybody's looking, here's the Ubi Ports edition. On the top, it definitely has a camera and a flash. This is very similar. The camera looks at least very similar to a commercial phone. This definitely has. The feel of a product. Probably not the most amount of polish, but this definitely looks like a professional installation. USB cables. I mean, I have a lot of bricks. I have a 5-port charger. Ooh. They even managed to paint the inside of the cable red. That's an interesting detail. And undoing the protective shielding. And the quick start guide. Let's give this a go. What does it say? Pine packaging contents. Pine phone number 1, user manual 1, and 1 USB power cable. Alright. Sounds good, right? Device hardware specifications. All winner A64, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage, micro SD card. Supports all the bands. 802.11. Yada 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 yada. Supports all the nav stuff and GLONASS and BDAO and Galileo and basically supports everybody's GPS. Alright, let's give this a go. Looks like it has the same power. Interestingly enough, let's do a quick around the phone. It has a power button. And it looks like it has a volume rocker. On the bottom, USB port. Holy shit. This is almost the exact identical layout to the Motorola. With the exception it still has a what's it called? 2.5 millimeters or 3.5 millimeter jack. Yeah, almost the same, exact same layout. So for a SIM card, let's take a look. Where did they put the SIM card? So, looks like it's still one of those where you still looks like it's still one of those. You press on the what's it called? Holding the phone upside down, the corner on the right. And this is still one of those where you unplug the back of the phone. So you don't have like a little. They don't have like a little SIM card like they do in a modern phone. But what's cool on the back is, if you can see here, they have those little dip switches so you can turn on and off the modem, Bluetooth, what's it called, cameras, and headphones. You can turn all those on and off hardware-wise with little dip switches on the back here. This looks like it's a battery. Oh, it still has a removable battery, so this is nice. You can still pop the case, and you can still hot swap the battery, which should be really nice. It just catches off, because the first thing to really go on the production phone. It's also good I took this off, because it looks like it came with a little guide for the phone. Also exposed is the Qualcomm chip. You can see here, right? If you can see here, there's all the little screws exposed. You can see all those little screws exposed, which you normally don't see on modern cell phones, which is a nice thing. So you should be able to tear this down with a screwdriver, as opposed to being very careful to pry or a heat gun. Considering how this is almost kind of like modern cell phone in thickness, it's very much feels like a modern smartphone. So that's very impressive, actually, that they were actually able to have that level of repairability in a very modern phone. So that is actually pretty cool. So let me put this back together. Drinking my gin and tonic. Creature NX on the internet, on Twitch, says, looks good. Actually, I was reading about it earlier. Anyone get a chance to look at the Pine laptop? No Creature NX. I get a chance to look on the internet. I tried ordering one. Unfortunately, they're sold out professionally. So, let's actually hear. It's alive! First time powering it up. Of course, I'm doing this on stream right here for all you guys. I'm first seeing this right in my OBS window. Right with the boot. This is somewhat disappointing. Oh boy. It boots. I think so. Alright, and now here we go. It has Ubuntu Touch, because that's exactly what people want to run is Ubuntu. Where's NCommander? Where's NCommander when you need him? Somebody go find NCommander. Give it a charge first. Okay, so just because here we have USB cable here, let's plug this bad boy in. Kathunk. Not the slightest bit sexual at all. When we're doing this, this boots, and then here we go. Looks like it's at mostly full battery. Let's actually kill this right here. Let's see if we can adjust to the screen. I guess not. Looks like the battery is mostly charged. so would I like to connect to Wi-Fi? Not at the moment. I guess we'll have to connect it to Wi-Fi in a minute. Skip, come on. Enter your city, New York, because these things don't have Jersey City. Oh, and what's it called? Look at this. Look at this keyboard. Actually, that's actually a pretty. That's actually a pretty. A decent keyboard. All things considering, it's not like it's settings. Swipe. Okay, that's annoying. Swipe, swipe, swipe. What is this in there? There's no home key, like there's not Android. There's no. This is the drop down menu. Turn Wi-Fi off for now. Looks like this is the web browser. This is hard to see. It's actually hard to make out what's on the screen. But what looks like this little button is the open store here. They have, looks like they do have an app store. App Store allows installing unconfirmed applications. Please make sure that you know about the implications of that. Okay, great verbiage. Put the OK button. And one second, let me check something on my desktop first. All right. All right. I guess I'm just not used to the UI. Does anybody else have, any interactions with this thing? The camera. Let's take a look at the camera here. And we have a blank screen, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wow. Jesus. All right, let's take a look at this here. Let's see if we can get this to work. Search and open store. Let's try the front camera. .1 megapixels. And absolutely nothing with the camera. Wow. Doesn't look good. Let's actually... Okay. So this is how you actually have to get to the app menu, right? Wow, the UI interface is confusing. There's no like home button. There's nothing like here where you can just say, I want to go back to the... so what you have to do here is you have to swipe on this side of the... like this. That opens the app, you know, that opens the quick drawer. And... quit. Okay, so it looks like we have something like the really ugly purple Ubuntu default Ubuntu desktop, which kind of looks like Unity. There's a calendar app. Sound settings. System settings, you go into sound settings, it's just open the system menu, vibrator and ring. What ringtones do we have? Let's set the ringtone to something annoying, like obnoxious, like... Okay, that's obnoxious enough. Ah! Okay, so initially the kind of UI here, if you need to get back to the desktop, apparently what you need to do is you need to swipe left, then swipe up. Unlike an Android phone, which has a home button, which is kind of nice in retrospect. Let's take a look at the Contacts app. Contacts, add Google account. You know, so much for being the free software thing, where it's to add Google. So that kind of looks like it's port contacts from Google. So there's no other option for contacts except for Google, which is somewhat disappointing. You'd think. I mean, it's not like there's... So here we go. There's the system settings. Let's see what's actually here in the system settings. Language and text. Spell checking. Autocorrect. Word. Keyboard sound. Turn to keyboard theme, ambience, just gray. Current layouts, let's see, English. Okay, so it's just language layouts. What I'm really disappointed in is Linux, right? You can see all the different layouts here. Or maybe you can or can't, or... What I'm really disappointed is... display in text. Background, notifications, accounts. Oh, nice! There's a thing for an OwnCloud account, which is out of the box. There's a thing for Nextcloud, OwnCloud default generic CalDAV, which is actually kind of cool because it lets you connect your own. So if you can see that, that's actually pretty nice. I was thinking with accounts, I was really hoping instead of just Nextcloud and OwnCloud, you'd have everything available to GNOME Online accounts, what you have on the GNOME desktop. But you know, it's a little too much. If you have like GNOME's level of integration, setting phones, dial pan, phone, about, notifications, text, background, theme, Wi-Fi, cellular, Bluetooth. Alright, instead of the default one, let's pick some background art for... This seems intuitive enough. Battery seems to be 61% battery. Sleep when idle. Let's put this 5 minutes. Accounts, notifications, battery. Let's see, because this is weird, because it's for a phone, this is light mode, right? You'd think with a mobile phone or any device, which generally uses battery, dark mode's generally a decent option. Let's see if we can go find put the theme in dark mode, because one, I think it's easier on the eyes, and two, it definitely saves battery. Language and text, accounts, notifications. Let's see what's under brightness. Let's adjust brightness automatically. I don't know why that's not the default. Updates. Connected here to check for updates. Language and... What time is it? It's 7:38. About. Oh, this is Ubuntu 16.04. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. 16.04. You can see here, or maybe you can't see. But this is 16.04 factory. Definitely next time I see NCommander, I'm definitely gonna have to talk to NCommander about this. Accounts, language and text, backgrounds. Oh, what the? Create a new contact from. How did I get to contacts? I didn't get to contacts. So eventually I tried to swipe here. And I'm back here. So let's actually let's take a look at.
Show the screen occasionally.
Yeah. So here we go. So this is back. I set the thing. I set it back to the home thing. Is the launcher. So this kind of shows all the apps, not just on the quick bar. Let's take a look at the dialer. What does this look like? The phone. Oh wow, that's taking a minute to load. Enter a number. Oh, and then you swipe up, and then you swipe up from the bottom, and then you have recent. I can't say this is the best UI, or maybe I'm not used to it, or whatever, or calls. And then we have call settings. Let's swipe here. Go back up here. So one thing I'm kind of still a little cheesed about is the camera app. The camera does not work. So holding on the power button. Let's hit restart. Let's see if restarting fixes anything. Can't exactly say this is an elegant model here. Can't exactly say this is exactly the most elegant thing in the world. Stand by while I take the box and I position the camera back. Here, let's turn this light off here. It boots back into Ubuntu Touch. So that was the unboxing so far. I mean, let me check DEFCON Live, or let me check the. Yes, we are going to enter the EFF trivia concert, and I will have an excuse to. So it boots. This is what the lock screen looks like. 722. Swipe to right. So I can imagine this one. Using this as your daily driver. I went from psyched to kind of like I probably need another drink after this one. But that seems what's it called? That seems about it. So for the next 20 minutes, I'm just going to power this off. Block that here. Going to take my cable like here. Put this here. Arch file broadcast. And let's go find something else to do on Arch. What shall we do? Virtual machines. Everyone loves them. Let's show some more Ninja OS. So here we go, Larch. This tool is very old. I've been basically hacking it together This is what NinjaOS looks like on the development side. If you want to see a little bit more of what we're working on here, this is a new logo. These are the new icons I've made from NinjaOS. All we need now is I'm looking for kind of like a graphic or a logo to put right here. Even though this kind of works, right? You know, you have here rule of thirds. In case this is the font that everybody's been talking about. This is in fact Ferrite Core, the open source font. I think that's kind of made 2020 so far. Really cool font, real cool. Froyo Tem. Using this font, we have some wallpaper. It's based around NinjaOS. So this is all freely available to download. You can get this on our GitLab. So if you go to ninjaos.org, you go to download links. There's a link to our GitLab, and there's a repo. It's just called Artwork, which has all the kind of thing here, and then we have before that some kind of like strange concept art. You know, I was kind of screwing around, trying to get the hang of Krita, and before I got everything working. So routine for NinjaOS is you check for updates. Ninja, what's it called? Yeah, the repo's been updated. We're doing work on that one. There's no actual updates to do. So we go here. I mean, this is kind of how this does. The tabs go from like left to right. You complete one of these tabs, and then the next step is always here. But you can always go back and tweak something along the previous step. So once you have the base system here, this is where you can edit the overlay. This is everything like added to NinjaOS. I pull upstream from my own repo, which is another folder on my hard disk, believe it or not, strangely enough. I can edit the init CPO file. So while this is going, I can show you that like what else goes into this. We have this. This is the Arch. This is the NinjaOS kernel. We have the hardened AUFS. We set 1,000 Hz kernel timer because we do media projects. This can take a long time, but it normally goes pretty quick because it's configured to use 20 threads on a Threadripper, a 24-threaded Threadripper. You have 10 minutes left. So here's another project I'm working on, right? Good to see here. This is what's it called? This is the prototype of what I'm working on. Is I'm working on a GUI Forge tool, right? So the whole point of this is this right here replaces NinjaForge. So if you're familiar with NinjaOS, there's a clone and forge framework, Ninja_clone, Ninja_forge. Ninja clone, what's it called, clones NinjaOS into usable image files. And it has the option to package them up for redistribution. It also has the ability to automatically generate hash sums and whatever. And Forge takes that package, and it kind of it's supposed to reburn a USB stick. So this is kind of supposed to be a replacement kind of for what's it called? unet boot in or one of those those USB stick burning tools, except for it uses staging documents. It uses my own LiveOS container format in the Git right here in staging documents. We have LiveOS container format. This is a description of kind of the format we were using with this tool. So the cool instrument with this is it's a zip file that contains a boot sector, contains an image, partition image, contains hash sums and GPG signature checking, optional GPG signature checking for that, and all in one. So as you can see here, it's actually running this here. This is the actual here. And it also, most importantly, has a metadata file. So right here, as you can see, this doesn't completely work yet. This side has not been programmed yet, unfortunately. But this side has, so far, can basically take an input file. It can load it. It can reads the metadata off the reads the metadata, so it kind of shows you, it kind of gives you an idea of like what you're supposed to be burning, the GPG signature, and then you pick the USB stick you want here, and then you click start. So sort of format it, write to it, format it, check the GPG sums, the hash signature, and then write the media. So it's kind of like an all-in-one tool. Eventually, what's not working yet is I haven't figured out in Qt's drag and drop. Eventually, I would like drag and drop, but this is this tool. This is another thing I'm kind of like working on. But that's that. It's done in Qt because Qt Designer is easier to work with than Glade GTK. So let's go find something else to do, because the PinePhone tended to be I guess it's a little bit, I'd say it's a little bit of a disappointment, especially the camera didn't work. Actually, let's check IRC. IRC is fun for me. Normally this doesn't take this long on this computer. So we have about 5 minutes. We can do a let's see, let me check the email right here. It's about 9:53. We're starting to look for, somebody's on IRC. Yeah, Pronto hands Jack a plate of taco. Oh, alrighty. So, alright, what else were we going to do? Well, I was planning on doing the PinePhone, and I'm thoroughly disappointed. So, mistake. Let me actually share my hex chat window. So let's actually go pull this up here. So this is what we do in the open source community when something doesn't work. Phone IRC. Pine Phone IRC. This is actually tried and true. Somebody doesn't do what you like in the open source community, you go scream at them. So let's go be sociable. Where's their IRC? Forums and chat. IRC chat. Scroll down, channel list. I assume this is on Pine 64. It has Pine Phone. So let's join. Good evening. Hi, this is T.I. Jack. I just unboxed my Pine Phone UV Quartz edition and the camera does not work. Out of the box. What? WT. Wisco Tango Foxtrot over. And we wait. In here. IRC list. They probably have their own. Think of a nickname. Server and network. Oh, they have their own. Add. Pine 64. Oh, I have to go log on to their server to go yell at them. This is going to be great. Oh, they join all the channels for you specifically. Hi, you conclude this one right here. Hi, I just camera does not work. All right, let's see what they say. Support. Well, I guess now. Wow, look at the time. It's time to enter the EFF trivia contest. Let me go see if I want to dig up the email. 201. Lovely. Hi, I just. Oops, wrong window. Okay. Oh, lovely. It's a known issue. Well, so far, free software never fails to disappoint. Alright, so alrighty. Open source never fails to disappoint. Wiki. Postmark OS. Postmark OS. Note to self. Next time I will have to bring this up with alright, so here big phone big directory of phone software. A lot of phone software, old phones. I have all the stuff for the N900. I have all the stuff, including the flash tool for all the flash tool. I have all the Debian packages. They actually ported Metasploit to this phone, so I have here, like, I save everything here. I have the firmware. So that's one here. New directory. Create a new image with PM Bootstrap. What is this? Jesus. So now we're using a Pac-Man tool, Yay, which is a front end for an OR wrapper for Pac-Man. See if anything named PM Bootstrap is, so yes, this is an AUR. So before that, let's actually take a look at this. Before, this is how you arch, ladies and gentlemen. Let's actually take a look at the package build here, okay? Package build looks good. What you're looking for here is making sure that nobody has like a web shell or an exploit hidden in here, because all this is right here, all the package build is, this is bash. This is literally bash. These are functions, what's it called? These are array variables. These are what's it called, and these are just regular variables, right? In bash. This one, I'm pretty sure this is. These are just processed as just regular variables, and these are processed as arrays. But this is bash, so anything you put in one of these, function or not, will be run. So that's very important to know. It doesn't just run the packages; it processes the entire thing. So you make sure it doesn't have anything funny here. You check the source. So here, which is PM Bootstrap, new details. Make sure to open this in a new tab. We know. Install PM Bootstrap. Let's take a look here. Python 3.4. Okay, cool. So you see here, you say here, it says it's good. You know, gitlab.com/postmarketos. And
So they need more time, so it's actually 8 p.m. tomorrow.
all right, looks like.
Play with Pine Phone, do whatever you want.
Okay, I have just received word from co-founders, co-founders Side Pocket that the trivia night has been postponed, so we're stuck getting this god-awful Pine Phone running. So you see here, it's the same project, GitLab Postmarket OS. So this looks good. So now, yay, S. Yay! Well, I'm here. Let's vote for this one. Why not? Oh. All right, now I don't know. The UV touch interface is nicer than I was expecting. Actually, shame nothing works. Where's End Commander? Where's End Commander? Let me go post on the DEFCON 201 chat. End Commander. I am unboxing on Pine Phone Live. It came stuck with Ubuntu Touch. I wish you were here watching, because I want you to share misery and know you love torture. Alright. Hello, Bubba Bianco 82. Hello there. Hello there. And Commander. He needs a cross, a young priest, and an old priest, and somebody responsible to talk to you about self-harming behaviors. Oh. So, PM Bootstrap. Let's go yank your cord out here. We'll yank the cord out. Let me go plug this in through free. So, okay. Find phone here. All right. Actually, All right, so after rereading this several times, it looks like we need a macro SD card. Sorry for being so quiet. Just rereading that. Okay, so looks like you're here. Anything important out here? Okay. So all we have to do turn this off. You can see this is securely put in here. Replace the battery. Jump drive is running. Start the flashing. So, So dev SDF here. So apparently we're using the same Pine 64. This doesn't seem right. Images from the Pine phone. So here we go. Now we're downloading this. Pretty sure this is what they want. Alright, so this is going. Cross your fingers. This should probably be it. Documentation's a little wonky, but I'm going to go yes. Alright, so a couple of minutes. Just let this copy. So where's the stream? Well, burn it out. Oh god, this is bringing back all the bad memories. Don't worry, and Commander, we are putting post-market OS on this because I have a hard time believing that you can be any more failed than Ubuntu Touch. If anybody doesn't know, and Commander in chat, there's another DC201 member. He does master. He does control hack all and Commander, and where he does a lot of old software reviews. Works with the save the physical representation of the save icon, the floppy disk, and most importantly, he is a former Canonical employee. So he actually had to deal with Mark Shuttleworth in his crazy days. And how do I join the Discord chat? Good question. I don't have the link for that. I think we have a Discord chat somewhere. So this is what's it called? The jump drive's actually pretty cool. It's kind of like, I guess, their version of like recovery mode, or but it uses it as a block device. Makes things really simple. So what happens? Let's just see what happens here. Just gonna stuff this in local var PM bootstrap, which is what? Oh my God. Day one.
By the way, Jack, when you're done, message me beforehand so you can give me like 5 minutes to rate that.
All right, cool. We'll do. So, this seems like this is gonna be a project. Okay, so perfect. Let's take a closer look at this horse shit. Oh, I see what happens. So mount T. So it's trying to actually mount something here from developing Ninja OS. I know what the exact problem is. Because I'm running an encrypted home, what you call it, I automatically have no dev on the on root on my no dev on my home partition. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to remount. You know, you have to use I because it's not it's a fake mount, right? It's a virtual mount. It's not a real device. It's an encrypted. It's encrypt.fs. So home out IO dev to counteract no dev. Remount this. Okay. Okay, this is going to work now. What? Looks like we have some Python errors. What does this say? Right here, troubleshooting. Issues. This error message is not making any sense. Let's try putting a V in there. Well, I'm gonna guess. If I had to guess, I'm saying they put their files in a funny location. Okay, so this is finished. We'll go screw with that later. Yeah, well, apparently security is not their strong point. You can just put the headphone into UART mode because reasons. And you can just debug this because that's great for security reasons. As of writing, Jump Drive does not have a shutdown procedure. Maybe leave it on for a few more minutes after the command to make sure the data isn't in some cache and relay it to the MMC. What a fucking bunch of amateurs. Jesus Christ. What a bunch of fucking amateurs. Holy shit, this thing is really unfinished. It's not even just at this point all of UBport's fault. It's just this thing is really unfinished. The hardware looks nice. It's just there are a lot of we didn't think about putting like a reboot command or anything that like even like kind of like an Android has or any of the other nice stuff. No, absolutely not. Let's go put this back in the holder before it gets lost. Like this. So I guess we're going to see, like, since it has a serial port, I think in a future episode, something that maybe I should do is try hacking this thing or breaking this thing through the serial port, because anybody who gets physical access to the thing can peel off the back cover, which is not locked, and just turn off the headphone port, which turns it into a serial port, and that's just kind of that's just the end of it. That's all she wrote. You're about to oh, here we go. Post Market OS. There we go. There we go. It says post. Let's see if I can. Hold on. Let me bring up OBS is behind something here. There's Post Market OS. So we have it running. There's no more. No more Ubuntu. So let's hit continue. Set the numeric password. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you might notice, that is the code an idiot puts on his luggage. Oh, SSH server. You know this is a phone for hackers because it's got an SSH server on it. Right in there, right in the OS. Let me see if I can. There, you might be able to read that, or like this. But there's an SSH server available right in the phone. So we're going to keep the SSH server disabled. Full disk encryption. Password. Actually, let's actually keep FTE uninstalled for now. Reason being, we're just playing around with it. We don't have any production data, so here we go. This is Post Market OS. So here we go. This is Post Market OS. can kind of see here that it's installing post-market OS. We have a pre-built post-market OS. Their PM boot init tool is kind of confused. I will be taking this up with developers. Actually, while this installs, we're going to go keep this plugged in. It's some interesting, some not. Okay, so CPM. Okay, so where does this actually put its config file? This is going to be a good one. Okay. Here's a little Linux trick. Here's a little hacker trick. Can't find where something puts its config file. Open. Roll this irrelevance trace. There we go. So if you're, this is one of those reasons I think if you're ever thinking about come on. So right now, We're searching this for is there a way that can God, this works most of the time. I swear. Okay, welcome to your new post-market bus installation. Almost forgot. Let's shrink this back down here. So you can see here, I'm looking for the PinePhone documents bootstrap. I'm looking for where PM Bootstrap puts its configuration file. So here we go. This is configuration. Oh, and this is post-market OS. So immediately here, it's nice triangle. At least the wallpaper is better than Ubuntu. Welcome to Firefox. There's a better view. Well, this kind of searches in the background. So this looks like this is kind of like the background screen. There's no apps running. Keyboard is somewhat primitive. Just looks like the GNOME keyboard. But there is a terminal function with the keyboard. So there is a function where you can do, looks like you can do most of the terminal. Now I'm stuck in terminal mode. There's a button here. We can switch this back to English. These emojis. Which is kind of good because when you have like Linux on a phone, you definitely want terminal mode. So we'll switch this back to regular because to regular in English because and here's the settings. There's very much the settings here on post-market OS. Settings are online accounts, so here we are. This is obviously GNOME. This is all the same stuff as GNOME, so which is actually pretty cool. Responsiveness at a touchscreen definitely leaves something to be desired. Definitely leaves something to be desired. all the accounts, for whatever reason, look like they're grayed out. No internet connection. Connect. Need to set up online accounts. So this is all grayed out because I don't have a current internet connection. There's no phone. Which is kind of cool.
Front, left, front, right.
So this is kind of cool. This is actually, if anyone's really curious, this is basically essentially looks very similar to GNOME Shell. In case anybody's wondering this about the phone, this also looks familiar.
Front, left, front, right.
So this is essentially looks very similar to what I have on the desktop. So this might actually be interesting because this looks like GNOME. GNOME might not be for everybody, but computer name is PinePhone. So here we go. This is a terminal. All right, so this long we have a terminal open on the phone. Let's cut back to having a larger screen here. So, which it automatically knows. Oh, this is actually really interesting. So if you see the keyboard, right, automatically goes into terminal. Automatically goes into terminal mode when it's in a terminal. It's smart enough to figure out that it's supposed to be a terminal. So it has the arrow keys now specifically. Oh, cool, perfect. So it has all the symbols. So instead of having to have like on on Android where you have a specific, you have to have a swap between the terminal keyboard immediately, and it just understands the terminal as like a text box. This one actually understands the terminal. This one actually just natively understands that a terminal is a terminal, which is actually kind of cool. And here we are. For all you nerds out there, because we're all nerds, this is what uname A is. LSBLK. Sudo's installed. Sudo su. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So the actual password, what's it called? Now I have root. It comes with, you can now just run root on this one. So this might not necessarily be the best for a phone operating system, but this is definitely Linux, and it's definitely have root. So just in case we were wondering, let's do echo. What? This is amazing. Holy shit, do you see the symbols right here? Supposedly this is US English. There's a euro, a pound, a yen. No $sign because, let's see if there's a... No $sign, not like, Oh, okay, so just like anything else, shift holds down, you get the normal keyboards. So echo 0, we see echo 0, we're going to type in echo 0. Okay, so this is A shell. The bash installed. Which bash? Which bash has been bash? So let's see what they do with bin bash. ls symbol. So this is here, we see this is user directory. It's home. It's who am I user. So this is just like the N900, where you have like, essentially a dual user system. You have root and user. So this is very similar to, like, I guess the N900, except for, I hate to say this, Maymo actually had a better user interface. This is kind of, but this is kind of a lot of the same technology. So who am I? User. So ls. L. Bin. Oh, so that's actually bash. Well, it looks like bash. Bash. That's GNU Bash, ladies and gentlemen. That's actually bash. So when we go echo, echo 0 now, echo 0 now, it's actually bash. So cool, this actually has bash. ls. So we're going to do cd ls dash. Okay, so this is what I suspected. This is what you suspected. You scroll up. Does this rotate? I don't think there's no rotation. There's limitations of postmark, but there's no rotation. But as you've noticed that most everything here is a symlink to bin busybox, which is somewhat disappointing. You'd think with 16 gigabyte, you'd think with like 16 gigabytes internal, you'd hope, you'd pray that you actually want GNU. I want GNU. I want full GNU. I want the GNU utils. But you have busybox. I mean, it could be worse. Most importantly, you have bash. You have actual GNU bash. There's a decent shell interpreter. Which means it'll do bashisms and all if you want to script. You're not so limited. So, let's actually exit. Let's explore the rest of this. Terminal. So let's see here. We have contacts set up, local address book. For now, we're done. This is contacts. So let's that looks basically like pretty much like contacts from GNOME. So that's pretty much contacts from GNOME. So the way you exit programs, right, is you have to switch to the switcher. Oh wow, I'm just using this right now and it gets a little warm. So switching this to this user. Let's see if they have a clock. Why does this always keep on opening the terminal? So here we are. We have a new world clock. I'm just gonna have to note a few of the screens here, right? A few of the screens here, I'm gonna have to unfortunately report that there's a bit of a lag. So. It's a bit of an input lag, which can be a little jarring. New York. Stopwatch. What else do we have here? Calculator, clocks. Let's take a look at the dialer. Dial pad's very clean. I'm liking that one. So I like how this is very much fits the GNOME UI. And it comes as a built-in text editor. So the text editor is very... Yes, and this is essentially gedit. It says it's gedit. So here's gedit running on a cell phone. So that's actually kind of cool. A lot of this, let's actually see. So let's actually see, is this upstream, or is this looks like they have like their own kind of GNOME looking... No, it doesn't look like this is like appeared upstream, like GNOME. Their own very much. Well, contacts. You can see it just says no. It just says it's GNOME contacts. Okay, cool. So it looks like they have like their own kind of chats utility, which I think is kind of weird. SMS and X. It does SMS and Jabbers. It's kind of looking somewhat like the N900. So actually, basic apps, and it looks like it has GNOME software store. Post-market OS. And you ran a few too many apps. And you just got that weird root prompt. App not found. App Stiffer, Pac-Man. None of them. None of them, none of them, none of them, none of them. None of them. Does this have like a package manager? So the one good thing with the N900 is basically pretty much close to Debian. So apt work, you know, we just pull most of the a lot of the Debian packages were there. Huh. Let's see what's available, and not much, really. BusyBox ID. UDev admin. I just actually needed an internet connection to look. I just might actually need an internet connection to load up with that. So looks like it's pretty standard GNOME, so that's actually kind of cool, which is going for us. It looks like a lot of things work. I was actually thinking about like what happened if they got the camera working. Oh, one more thing. We can go CD. Let's actually look what's in dev. What it actually looks like in /dev. Oh wow, looks like a lot of serial devices here. You can just see all the TTY USBs. LSBLK, LSUSB. This is what LSUSB gives us. LSPCI. Laugh, that's what LSPCI gives you. So, a lot of nothing. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to, one second, I think what we can do. Let's actually see if this actually works with Ethernet. So here we go. We have a USB Type-C adapter. or sorry, on the go. Let's plug in my Ethernet. And let's check. And no. These are the results of an if config. So you have a WWAN device. Looks like it's set up for. Looks like it's not actually it's set up for USB. Looks like it's set up for USB over or Ethernet IP over USB instead of actually finding the dongle. So I don't think On the Go actually works with this. At the top of the screen, you see here you can manually flash it to you can manually move it over to landscape mode by using a top, but so let's go to settings, Wi-Fi mobile. So now, it doesn't look like it has any permissions for using oh dear. Yeah, looks like my dongle kind of fell apart. Snicker, 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 that's what she said. Let's get away. So, pine phone, grumble, grumble, grumble. So, Looks like the hardware looks kind of nice. Probably a little slow. Supposedly the camera works in post-market OS. Unfortunately, however, there was no camera. Uh, Unfortunately, supposedly the camera works in post-market OS, but there's no other there's no camera application, so we can't really even try the camera here, which is kind of disappointing here. If you really So this is so both of them kind of look like they're incomplete. The Ubuntu Touch probably has interface designed by Ubuntu Canonical. I think the old joke was Ubuntu is a nice African word that means too stupid to run Arch. Yuck it up. Or I don't know. It's a joke. So I think I'm gonna put this down for now. Oh, that's great. The power button doesn't. Post-market OS. The volume rockers don't do anything. The volume rockers don't do anything at all. The power button turns the screen off without a lock. Let's see if there's some settings for this. Almost forgot. Settings. So, well, I'm missing a lot of default applications here. The lock button doesn't actually lock. There's no way to change that. It just... Jesus. Actually, what I'm actually doing is I'm kind of like rifling through the menus. Wow. Just wow. So you can't even turn the phone off without from the power button, which is just turns, which all it does is turn the screen off. It doesn't actually lock the device either, which you have to do through the menu, which they could have, and the volume rocker doesn't do anything. So That's really great. That's 100% cool. That's what your phone's supposed to do. Jesus. Absolutely effing Jesus. I guess next time, right? So that's the unboxing of a Pine phone. I spent maybe about 2.5 hours playing around with this phone. And slip it back in its condom. Slip it back in its condom. I'm going to put it back in this box. And that just killed most of my enthusiasm for life. Wow! Jesus Christ. So, who's still with us? Now we've done that. The Pine phone killed G.I. Jack. That would be 100% correct. Fuck that. So, hopefully, no, I guess I'll go play some video games because I am absolutely effing Spain. In the background, let's see if this loads. Let's see if the DEFCON 28. One second, I think we'll go. Let's go. Let's see if we can go grab the all the soundtrack from DEFCON 28. We'll probably put that down in the background, and I'll get my refill my gin and tonic because. Oh, that's absolutely great. File name too long. Just my day. So, official soundtrack. So hopefully, let me go. Okay, so download all this. Let's open within box again, and they should be all be here. Oh wow, looks like this finally completed. So first thing we did, large Ninja OS. That looks like that completed in the background. Let me just pull this out here. Let's go plug this back in here. And now we can just write this to a USB stick. Okay, so here, the album is DEFCON 28, the official soundtrack. So they actually set metadata correctly. One album. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go refill my drink. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm just calling to say. I'm just calling to say.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
Nuclear devastation or bacteriological holocaust. Bacteriological holocaust. Virus killing.
Our tissues definitely feel a massive effect.
Nuclear devastation or bacteriological holocaust. Bacteriological holocaust.
This is going to be a bit different. This will be a bit more introspective, and also we're coming up behind Superman, so it's kind of we've been invited into his world. He's looking back over his shoulder with this kind of, yeah, come on, sit down beside me.
And that's one giant leap for mankind. It's the key to a secret they seek but can't find. It's the freedom to reach for the peaks they can't climb. So breathe deep like it might be the last time that you ever get to see the scenery beneath your Reeboks and feel the breeze brushed against the leaves upon the treetops. Free from city street blocks to hit the zenith where belief stops, and keep climbing till you reach the sweet spot where you can see that even mountains are molehills and bustling towns down on the ground look stone still, just like a farm out in Smallville where everybody knows your name and the advantage is home field. The little things that limit us are gone within an instant, and our differences and distances become non-existent. When all that's left between us is the grand sky, you will believe that a man can fly. This is not about a bird or a plane, and this is not about being in impervious to pain. It's not about the power to reverse the earth turning. It's about encouraging service over personal gain and being decent even when it isn't easy or convenient, cause you're sure to deal with more than just the people you agree with. It's easy to repeat it, but you need to really mean it. And I've seen what you can be when you believe that you can be it. This is for those moments when there's no one around and there's no gravity grabbing you and holding you down. You can feel a fleeting freedom floating over the ground. My only role is showing you how. When you can clear your headspace and shed the extra dead weight, forget your pride and your prejudice and pretend hate, then you can remember to reach for the sky, and you won't even need me to teach you to fly. Never let it bring me down, cause I can always come back in a single bound. I never let it bring me down, cause I can always come back in a single bound. They're gonna try to make you keep your feet on the ground, but you can always come back in a single bound. Don't ever let it bring you down, cause you can always come back in a single bound.
There's always had a day when you feel like Superman. Some days we feel really great. And then some days the kryptonite comes along and takes you down. We are human beings. We're imitators. Human beings. A horse never wants to fly. A fish doesn't want to run. But people will swim underwater. People want to fly. We're imitators. Let's imitate the angels. Let's imitate the best things we can conjure in our imagination. Because if we do, we will become them.
güzel değil. God is our children.
I am listening. A shaft and a peace friend. Be careful.
Make sure you have food, water, and a battery-powered radio with you.
I'm out of range.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the government.
It's too far away.
Exposure to follow. Will result in certain death.
We need to get closer.
In certain death.
I'm out of range.
Stand by for this message.
It's too far away. I need to get closer. I need a hug. It's too far away.
System has been activated. Exposure to follow. Will result in certain death.
get closer. I need to talk to you.
And it's the composition with the proposition I'm forgiven. Got a lot of rhythm, call it mission, call it spitting. Personally, I'm all for living, all forgiving. Eyesight is infrared. They say I got a hotter vision.
Progress established, critical thought, criminal mind. Less than 2 weeks notice. Last job I left behind with more on my mind than shots to ornithos. Work ethic to match my bus's appetose.
Two of us, number one, like we throwing peace signs. Got your torrent leeching, everybody wanna see mine. Back to the back of the class with an accurate match of the speed rhymes. Magnitude is reducing.
Never heard a track that we couldn't find killable and stillable. Still to deal with the handshake rock. 80% hurting on your head, sideways.
Let darkness reign in the heart of
Downtime is minimal, but come to be expected. But handle how hard we came to practice. Expect learning Monday basic bass lines when the troubleshooters come around to slash another deadline.
BGP keys got more signals than game signs. Screaming troubleshooting on Twitch, you hear a baseline. Laying in the middle, we heard it through the grapevine. Splattered with a straight line.
Blood's thicker than water, we deal in electricity, but never in the business of some sad complicity. What if it be a battle that you wanna wander into? Kick you from the jet, hashtag jujitsu.
Flip you with a quick move, that's what that about. With a rear naked choke on your way to tapping out. Wanna take the serum? Man, nobody's hearing them. Shells raining Bitcoin, Z-Coin and Ethereum.
start some fucking trouble.
Get closer. Far away. I don't have a target. Start some fucking trouble.
to waking in the profession.
I've got my exes in RAM, and I don't know if I can remain a memorable man. I've got my exes in RAM.
Sometimes I look back and I think about the times that the two of us were fearless lovers. Then we fell apart and we both had broken hearts, but we never got to clear our buffers. So you remain in memory, we both try to pretend to be okay when we get near each other. Two threads caught in a deadlock. Got the process dead stopped. You thought I had a show you could crack easier than a password hash without assault. I thought we were on the same page when I moved into the region, but turns out there was a page fault. We played the game, lost direction, no D-pad. Thought we would float after we dipped, no T-bag. You tried to course correct, steer us through a deep drag, but it was a hard drive, we needed to defrag. I was never emotionally available. You lived in frustration and depression. Every time you tried to read that address range in my head, I threw an access violation exception. I virtually protect.
Inside your skull.
start some fucking trouble. Let's start some fucking trouble.
Goddess bless you. May the stars guide you.
Oh, my mic was muted the entire time, so I was basically talking to myself. Yay! Looks like my mic was muted the entire time, so I was kind of just like talking to myself. Whoopsies! So anyway, so it's time, end of, end of session kind of thing, as I generally teleport back to my garrison, and then I kind of it's just kind of like the equivalent of kind of cleaning your gear. So we stopping this guy. Let's sell all the junk. Actually, no, I want that one. So just figure out, be careful what I want to sell, because when you see a little gold icon, that means it's a damaged item, so the only thing you can really do with it is sell it to like a vendor. Nobody else wants it. So stuff like that, like, you know, it's just junk. I have no idea what they really put that in the game. You know, it doesn't really serve a function except for taking up space. It gives you little gold just by selling them. So I actually like collecting all this junk. Okay, so you can't, those don't count as regions. So a few minutes. As this is winding down, I'm done with this. Side pocket's gonna yeet everybody. I think that's the word. And we're gonna go raid another channel. So alright, so here, let's try breaking down everything else we can. So, let's put all, like, the green items, which are not bound at the top, and on the purple, and the ones which are kind of... That item can't be disenchanted. We have no other items sold. So we're going to wind up trashing all those. Try to get everything like we're selling in like one bag, so we don't forget about it. Okay, so here's what we do. We're talking about like actual like items you wear in World of Warcraft. If they're not worth a general rule of thumb, they're not worth 100 gold unless they're complete noob items, and you're just throwing it out there because you want to be nice. Don't bother. It's literally just not worth your time. Okay, so the reason why these are worth so many is this requires level 56. It's a green, but let's take a look at this real quick. Yeah, somebody probably wants that for Transmorg. So 500, that seems about right. Let's just put 475. And hopefully we'll get that. If not, we'll just keep on putting it up as long as it lists for that much. Yeah, that's just not even worth selling. So now we have the rest of this. They're just like materials. So pick a stack, because these are what they call, you treat these differently because these are basically essentially commodities. Most of the time commodities go, what's this recipe going to go for? Moon cloth bag. For the price they offer, I might as well just toss that one. Really? I guess nobody really wants it that bad. Also, because these are materials, what's it called? Basically, because these are commodities, you keep them like medium at like 24 hours, right? You don't. If they don't sell, it's basically because it's not because people won't buy them. It's because somebody undercut you in 24 hours. You get it back as soon as possible. Rugged leather, big stack of leather. Yeah. As counterintuitive as this is, we're just vendor trashing all this. Fuck it. Canary hole and sleep this. Why not? Scenario hold back in the sleep this. So with this. cold.
We will need eyes to see.
So this like giant landing is silly. This used to have like a lot of insects before, like giant space demon put his giant space demon sword right in the middle of it. Now it's on fire with magma and like azurite. Yeah, she's a dragon. So this is all silly fist. So like before there's a giant sword in it, there's all these bugs. Like
Stand by for this message.
you know, which is funny, right? Because the sword is like right in like Twilight base camp, like, you know. So like these are the guys like in the like later part of the timeline. These are the people just looking to take over. The whole point of Cataclysm is the Twilight Tower, and these people just kind of like take over everything.
Exposure to fallout. Result in certain death. Certain death.
Ooh, spooky, spooky ghosts.
Don't quit yet. I'm gonna go on the stand.
All right, cool. Hearthstone. She's a dragon.
Light blessing.
Silly this. festivities.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Alpha. Bravo.
Alright, and this guy has to. So it's like some of my transport kits. It's Captain Jack. These are probably like a few different sets. Alright, so I'm just gonna stand here. And that's about it for me today, folks. Stand by. Stand by. We raid another channel and we yeet you all off somewhere else.
Envy.